We're live.
We are?
Oh my god. I wasn't ready. I thought this was a drill.
Did you just screw up?
No.
We should have gone through that stuff the first episode.
Oh my god. I definitely didn't screw this up once already.
You've got to be joking. This is our fifth take. Our fifth take.
Oh god.
How much time do you think I got?
I don't know. How much time do you got, listener? Because this is Foulin Out. I'm Raymond.
I'm John.
Oh, we're back at it. You thought it was a one and done. You thought we were going to do one episode and then we were going to pack it in. But that's not how we do. That's not how we do it around here. We're doing 2 episodes, maybe even 3 if you're lucky.
Maybe. This is an and one.
Yeah.
This is a sequel. You're lucky to be getting this.
Yeah. And we know how sequels have been in recent years.
Very awful, but they are good cash-ins.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get that money. I don't care about sports. I haven't watched sports in years. I just want to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. We just want to make money. That's the entire thing.
Of course.
You know, but we got to get the word out there. We had a smashing success.
Smashing
week
success.
1.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
It was very kind of you to listen to an hour of whatever the hell we did.
Mm-hmm. This show would not be possible without you, the listener, and our sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor?
Maybe one day.
Oh,
not
all right.
today.
Yeah. Audible, we're taking emails.
Hey, Audible, I really like audiobooks. Please give me money.
Oh, yeah. To Kill a Mockingbird on audiobook. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we might as well, since we don't have any sponsorships, we might as well talk about actual things.
Do we have to?
I guess. We did plan out some stuff, so we might as well.
I guess. Yeah, that does sound like a decent idea.
Yeah.
Because, we talk about stuff.
And then profit.
Yeah, I forgot the second step there.
Yeah. The first step, it's quite simple, actually. So, Celtics, Lakers, biggest game of the week, I would say.
Oh, yeah, definitely. In terms of overall intensity.
Yeah.
The stakes that were in it, although this is the NBA regular season and there are no stakes unless, you're going for a 1 or a 2 seed or something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
We already know who's winning it all.
Yeah. It's save up until the Warriors blow up, and then you can win a championship.
Yeah. So hopefully next year at the earliest.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to talk about this game.
This is a good game.
It was a very good game. Very good game.
Very good game. So I'm going to kind of break it down quarter by quarter. I took a little bit of notes, a little bit of research, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a professional now.
Oh my God, it just took 1 week. Guys.
1 week and I'm already, out here. I'm like an NBA scout, just out here taking notes while I watch a game. Usually I'm just screaming at the TV, but now I scream at the TV and then write down what I scream.
That's evolution right there.
Yeah, that is the beauty
of the sports fan.
Yeah. All right. It's a quarter one. They're coming out. It's Celtics Lakers. I'm really excited. Celtics, they won 10 of their last 11. The only loss being to the Warriors, so that barely counts as a loss.
Coming off a nice 5-game win streak,
yeah,
too.
they were looking good. This has been a team with a lot of ups and downs, but you're thinking, maybe they turned a corner. Maybe they're starting to play a little bit better.
That game against the Thunder was very good.
Very good. So yeah, they come in here. They get a nice little lead. I mean, it's not a huge lead, but neither team's really hitting their shots. But Celtics or the Lakers go like 3 of 9 from the line, just abysmal.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at like basketball from a fundamental standpoint.
Oh yeah, John Harsh's rules of the game.
Yeah, here we go. John Harsh's rules of basketball. Even though I've never personally played basketball in a youth league, a AAU or whatever the kids call it.
Oh yeah.
Or high school basketball or anything like that. But I still got my own rules.
Of course.
I can talk about my rules because I know basketball.
Okay.
Do I?
I mean, I guess we're about to find out.
Well,
what are
we're
your
going
rules?
through my book of rules for basketball.
Of course.
Rule number 1. Plain and simple. Make your goddamn free throws.
Of course.
Everybody forgets this.
They're free for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. They're welfare points. You gotta take them. Take them to the bank. Just, it's right there. Nobody's gonna block you.
Yeah, it's illegal. Is
right?
a league?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. Maybe Shaq blocked one time.
I don't think you can touch it until it hits the rim. I'm gonna be honest.
There's no excuse for missing any free throws whatsoever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Second rule, also very fundamental. Got to box out.
Box
Got
out.
box a man out and get that rebound.
Rebound. It's a possession game.
Mm-hmm. The more possessions you have, the greater the chance that you win. Well, the more possessions that you have over your opponent.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a way to say it. And that's it. That's my book.
The two rules. Very simple.
Yeah.
You know what? Celtics have always said about basketball.
What have they always said?
It's a Celtics legend, actually, Bill Russell.
Ooh.
He said, this game is about one thing: getting buckets.
Exactly. I'm sure that's what Bill Russell said.
All right, so we'll move on to quarter two here.
Well, there was a good Haywood dunk.
Oh, Gordon Hayward there. He got up.
The Boston accent.
Oh, yeah, you got Mike Gorman.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a great Boston accent.
Scalabrini
it's not, he doesn't have it as much. Tommy Heisen, though. You got to get, that man bleeds green.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But he hasn't been in the broadcasting booth for a while. But anyways, yeah, Hayward had a fantastic dunk. It was good to see. I mean, that's something that he struggled with throughout the season, coming off that horrific ankle injury.
Yeah.
That ability to take it to the rim.
A lot of people have been talking about him. Is he 100% back? And a lot of people are saying,
No,
I don't know.
Definitely not. I don't think there's any argument against. He's clearly not the same player he was.
And that's unfortunate. Because
it is sad.
He was going to be such a valuable asset to the Celtics, and he still is.
I mean, the IQ's still there. He makes the right passes.
Are you saying he's a high IQ basketball player?
Oh, highly cerebral humanoid.
Oh, that's a very cool reference. I should probably go figure out where that is from.
You watched any hockey? Question mark?
No, but I'm a big Penguins fan, but this isn't a hockey podcast. Who do we think we are?
Yeah, who cares about hockey? Anyways, so yeah, I mean, he just hasn't had that killer instinct when he's coming off, like a pick and roll. He's looking to pass or he's looking to settle for a fadeaway instead of going up strong. But yeah, that dunk was a good sign, and I think generally speaking, he has made strides in that throughout the year. I mean, obviously he's had ups and downs with his production, but looking compared to the beginning of the year, he has definitely looked more aggressive taking it to the rim. But it's a long journey.
Yeah, it's a long journey. Same thing with the Lakers, who came into this game after getting blown out.
Oh yeah,
by the Pacers.
Pacers fans chanting, LeBron's gonna trade you. Anytime, any of the young bloods got to the line.
Oh, yeah. And JaVale McGee, too. JaVale McGee. Well, this ain't Shaqtin' a fool. But I know...
Shaqtin' a fool.
I don't think JaVale McGee's any fool to know that he could possibly get traded.
Oh, yeah.
We'll discuss the trades later.
Oh, yeah. It's the trade deadline. You gotta talk about the trades.
Gotta talk about it. But those, I feel bad for those four guys.
Yeah. I mean, not really. Fuck the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
All right, yeah. So, we got quarter two. Jaylen Brown had a great sequence there in the second quarter where he blocked. I can't remember who he blocked, but it was a good block. He gets out and then hits a three in transition. And it was great. I mean, Brown is another player, and this is where the production is actually showing up for Brown, where he struggled really badly at the beginning of the season, especially from three. But now, man, he's playing great, and I hope to see him back in the starting lineup soon for the old Boston Celtics.
Yeah, it's good to see him because I remember watching some Celtics games with you early in the year, early in the semester as well, and didn't really see a lot from Jaylen Brown.
No,
I was wondering where the big seven was. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes I would see him, and he would just miss a three-pointer in the corner. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's why I don't see him.
Yeah.
Because he's missing shots.
Yeah. Hard to get on the court if he can produce.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully I think the chemistry's gotten better, though, on the team. It's just weird with, Gordon Hayward coming back, Kyrie coming back after missing the postseason last year.
Yeah.
But let's delve into this Q2 a bit more.
Yeah, so again, Hayward, he's taking it hard to the cup. And Lakers, they're struggling. Their half court sets just aren't working, and at this point they had no transition points, which is really where the Lakers get their points because LeBron, fantastic transition player. I mean, he's like, how do you stop him when he's got the mindset of I'm taking this to the basket and try and stop me. And then, their young core has been questioned a lot with their ability, but you got long guys like Brandon Ingram. Kuzma is a fantastic offensive player.
Yep.
Lonzo Ball, he didn't play in this game, but when he's healthy, fantastic passer.
He can get assists, yeah.
Yeah, he'll find the open man in transition. So that's when they're at their best, for sure. The Lakers are a fun team to watch when they can get out and run, but it's hard for them to produce in the half-court sets, which is Brad Stevens had a great game plan in the first half. He really nullified those opportunities. He pretty much was like, you guys can have the defensive boards. We're getting back in transition. And I think that game plan worked fantastically in the first half, but...
Because that's where basketball's sort of going, too. It's just number of possessions, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah, after a few shots by Rondo that went in, some by JaVale McGee, the middle part of the second quarter didn't really go the Lakers' way.
No, not really.
Yeah. But, I mean, quarter two's not really where they got a lot of their points. Quarter three was where the Lakers really just started to pile it on. And if you look at the scoreboard differential there, they won that quarter by 15 points.
42, what is it, 42-27?
I think that's the math that works out to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what the Celtics' problem is. Consistency. And you can't build up a lead and then just coast to the finish in the NBA. Guys are too good. It doesn't, like, Lakers have struggled, but if you let an NBA caliber player get easy looks, it's going to make your life so much harder, because as soon as they get that rhythm and that confidence, they're NBA players. They're going to make tough shots. I mean, even if they're not known for that, they have all proven themselves more than capable, or else they wouldn't be in the NBA and they wouldn't be on the court.
Yeah, especially with a team with like Kuzma, Rondo, and James on the court. You know, you can't just leave guys consistently open like that and expect to win games or expect to hold your lead.
And the Lakers are a terrible perimeter team. They're, I believe, 25th in the league in three-point percentage.
Well, of course, when you have Lonzo Ball chucking bricks every game, you know.
They're not a good three-point shooting team, but they set the franchise record this game with 22 threes. And you know how that happens? They hit some contested ones. You know, LeBron hit some deep ones, and guys that normally don't hit tough shots hit some tough shots. So they definitely had some luck. But in that third quarter, the Celtics showed an inability or a lack of effort in guarding guys on the perimeter, and they got open looks.
Yep.
And like I said, NBA players will make open three-pointers if you don't try.
Kuzma 5 for 8 from 3, LeBron 5 of 10, Rondo 3 of 4, Caldwell Pope 5 of 9.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that guy, Caldwell Pope. He just keeps getting traded everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they shot 54% from 3.
And you can't do that.
54% from 3.
You can't go into an NBA game guard like the Celtics did, which they're supposed to be a good defensive team, and they are. They've shown many times that they can play at a high level.
They're top 5 defensive team in the NBA, hands down.
Yeah, they have so many guys that can switch. I mean, they're a switching defense that loves to have a guy that on the court that can guard, 1 through 3, 2 through 4, those kind of guys.
Yeah, exactly. And funny stat here, I just noticed this. So I mentioned they shot 54% from 3. Mm-hmm. They shot 52% from the field.
Very nice.
39% from the line. 39%, and they won.
Yeah.
That completely goes against the John Harsh school of
They
basketball.
they
right
broke
there.
the rule, and they got away with it.
That team did not deserve to win that.
They
night.
did not. 39. Yeah. They had a stretch where I think they missed 6 free throws in a row, if I recall correctly. I mean, they're a team that shoots 69% from the field, or 69% from the free throw line as a season average. I mean, that's just horrendous.
Yeah, it's really sad. Especially. But the thing is, though, where we go see basketball games, and if a team misses 2 free throws in a row consecutively,
oh yeah,
we get free bacon.
Free bacon.
So Celtics, out there, if I'm speaking to anybody that listens who runs TD Garden out there, if you're playing against a team that can't shoot free throws,
free bacon.
Free bacon.
Easy.
Yeah, that's easy. People would love it. People love bacon everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're from Boston or some Hickville in Virginia.
Is that where we live?
I guess.
Yeah, it kind of is.
We don't want to give away where we live.
Yeah.
Not yet. We're not that famous.
Oh God.
Not yet. But anyway, we got to wrap up the conclusion.
Oh God.
Of this game.
Jesus.
Oh no.
All right. Fourth quarter. So at this point, my spirits have been crushed. My soul ruined.
Not really hard to do that, but
I'm very easily saddened by the Celtics. So they had blown the 18-point lead they had. I was crying constantly.
They're up 6 going into the fourth.
Yes, they ended up closing out the third okay and keeping the lead, getting the lead back. But so Daniel Tice,
mm-hmm.
in the third quarter, he would manage to keep us from completely falling off of a cliff. In the fourth quarter, he was huge. He had so many good plays. He had a huge dunk to get back the lead in the fourth quarter. The dude is great. I mean, he's not a good defensive center. He's very undersized, but he's very polished. He played 4 years in the German league before coming over to the Celtics last year as a rookie. But he's 26 or something like that now. So he's very old.
Too.
Yeah. Fantastic finesse player. He can take it down. He's not really a post-up kind of guy. You're never going to see him post up on the block, but great in the pick and roll. Knows his role in the offense, can shoot the three.
Yep.
Great guy.
2 of 2 from 3, 9 of 11 from the field.
Yeah, he had some huge shots.
Yeah, 20 points. That's really great.
Yeah, coming off the bench. And Irving this game, we haven't even mentioned that. Irving this game struggled mightily. Yeah. In the fourth quarter, he started to get it going a little bit, but most of the game, you don't see this very often from Irving.
Especially from the guy that's leading the team, has really been putting the team on his back this entire season. Too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it was that night.
Yeah.
Where, it's your old rival, it's nationally televised, and you shoot 6 of 21.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Did go perfect from the line.
Yeah, he got to the line. He was able to get to the line, which is what you have to do. If your shot's not going, get to the line, make your free throws. They count the same.
Oh yeah.
It's not flashy, but it's 2 points. You know.
Well, if you make both of your
if you make
throws.
it, which he did very well,
and he did every single time.
But yeah, LeBron he took a deep 3-point and he hit it. And then he came back, did it again, and almost hit it a second time. But he was pulling up from Curry range. And I was like, what is this guy doing?
He's adapting to the game.
Yeah.
He's got to do it. I mean, that's a jerk move, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I don't like seeing guys nowadays just chucking it from the logo.
Mm-hmm.
You got that whole Trae Young thing down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I like to see guys go to work in the post,
Al
more of an
Horford, baby.
Old-time basketball player or a fan. I've never played basketball, just for the record.
Oh, but when we go to our garden,
ooh,
you're on the low block bumping, grinding.
Yeah. Gotta get it.
You're looking for that little baby hook. I know.
Oh yeah, and it always goes. It either goes over the back. No. It always goes in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, it always goes in because I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but the 5'10" and 3/4 version of him.
Yeah, so let's finish up this game here. So
All right.
the last couple minutes,
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie go back to back. So LeBron hits a 3, Kyrie hits a 3, then Mook hits a 3. The Celtics are up 6 with a minute 30 to go. You're thinking, all right, I don't want to say the game's over, but it's going to be tough for the Lakers. So they come out. Contavious Caldwell-Pope hits a contested three-pointer from the corner. I just throw up my hands, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, credit to him. He has not played very well this season, but he had a great game tonight.
And everything was going down for him.
Yeah, 5 of 9.
Everything.
5 of 9. That's crazy. And then LeBron tries to take it to the rim. Kyrie plays pretty good defense on him. He manages to kind of slap it off of his knee, and as LeBron's going out, he somehow corrals it, throws it out, and then he gets the ball back, same spot that Caldwell Pope got it, and hits another contested three-pointer. Brutal, heartbreaking.
Tied up.
There's, I think, seconds left, or 30-some seconds in the game.
A certain amount of seconds are left in the game.
Kyrie comes down, hits a tough layup.
Oh,
Even though he's struggling from the field, I love a guy. He's not afraid of the moment. He takes the big shot because he knows that's the kind of player he has to be for this team to win.
The leadership role.
Yeah.
He knows he's the alpha there, so he knows that, I'm having a rough night. I'm 5 of 20, but you know what? I'm going to take this final shot.
Yeah. And he hits it.
Yeah.
It was a great shot. And
the crowd's on their feet.
It's you think the game's over. And then this last possession, Ingram takes it to the hole, right? And when he goes up, he gets it blocked. It was a great block. Horford had great position. I know a lot of Lakers fans were whining about a call there, but I thought it was.
Let him play.
In the last possession, if you want to take it to the cup there, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know that the refs aren't going to be calling everything for you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like in the third quarter, first quarter, second quarter. That it's crunch time.
Yeah, you got to know Big Daddy Horford's going to be there to lay the power down on you.
But you also got to know Big Daddy Horford can't get a rebound.
Oh,
goes right through his hands and then bounces out. Rondo hits that insane buzzer beat. Of course,
fading
it's Rondo.
Away.
Oh, he knows how to do it to you. It's brutal.
And he's sort of been playing that role of just the jerk everywhere. He keeps getting traded around from team to team. He was on the Pelicans, now he's on the Lakers. He's sort of a diva. He's sort of like the Le'Veon Bell a little bit. But
hey, I'm not gonna hate on my man Rondo.
I know he
won
you
us
there.
a chip.
He got but major onions there.
Major onions.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a huge shot. And it just broke my heart.
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
Very sad. Very sad. But hey, Celtics getting back at it with a nice 26 or 25 point comeback from the Clippers.
Oh God, 20. They were down 20. Clippers were down 28. And I kind of want to talk about this for a minute.
All right,
you look at 2 20-point leads blown in the span of 2 games. This team is so talented. Who do you put that on? Is it Brad Stevens not coaching these guys right? Not calling timeouts at the right time to kill momentum? Is it Irving when Irving isn't playing well, or in the case of the Clippers game, not playing at all? He played the first quarter, then got hurt. These guys not being able to fill that hole that Irving left, even though they were able to do the same thing last year. When Irving got hurt, they made a huge playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, it's just who's going to be there to step in. You mentioned it. When Kyrie went down, he was 4-7 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line with 14 points. But then I think they sort of have an identity crisis over there. Who's going to fill in for him? Is it going to be Hayward? Is it going to be Jason Tatum? Will Morris make some shots? Marcus Smart was not shooting very well that night.
No, unfortunately.
They've got some good guys that can play in the post in Tice and Horford.
Mm-hmm.
But their backcourt guys sort of got to figure it out, because once Kyrie goes down, stuff ain't going right for him.
Yeah, Rozier has not had the season he had
no.
in the playoffs, which is unfortunate.
Not Scary Terry. Not this season.
I really think Tatum has to make that jump to superstar status if this team is going to live up to their expectation. Because Hayward isn't going to be there this season, I don't think. I think it's going to take at least another season.
Hopefully. We can all hope for it. But a lot of other people are hoping that AD trade went through.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people were thinking, where's AD going to end up? Is he going to go play with LeBron? Is he going to go play in the LA with the Magic Lakers?
Yeah, I mean, this is the NBA trade line. Are we going to move on to the second segment?
Yes, I think we did justice to the first segment there with the Celtics Lakers.
I think it was a great game. I mean, if you're a neutral fan, it doesn't get much better than that. Two rivals going at it with an insane buzzer beater at the end. But yeah, I mean, it seems like Celtics are heading down, Lakers are heading up, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll move on to the trade deadline here.
All right, let's discuss a few of the trades that went down.
Yeah, so I kind of put together a list here.
Oh, that's a nice list.
Thanks. I made it in 30 minutes.
Oh my God!
It
looks like it took like 4 hours to make that.
It's
That's so
literally
pretty.
just in Word. Like, it's not that impressive.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, you can put that down on your resume.
I don't
Master
think
in MS Word.
Oh, I'm getting a job now. All right, first trade. You got Pistons getting Thon Maker, Bucks getting Nikola Mirotic, and Pelicans getting Jason Smith, Stanley Johnson, and 4 second-round picks from Detroit.
Who thought that was a good idea? Like, I mean, I'm not very familiar with a lot of these players, but who thought it would be a great idea to give the Pelicans 4 second-round picks, or any team?
I mean, second-round picks don't have as much value. I mean, obviously, there's good players you can get. I mean, Isaiah Thomas, Draymond Green, just going off the top of my head. But, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of draft capital to give up for Thon Maker.
And are the picks from Detroit?
Yeah.
Why would you trade picks away if you're not in a position to win a championship?
Yeah, I don't understand that logic when you're trying, like, obviously picks aren't everything, because
of course,
if you get a player, if you're in the position to get a young player that can contribute immediately, I mean, that is better than a pick, because you already know what that player is going to give you, barring unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, a bird in the hand's worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah, so I can understand rebuilding teams trading away picks in that instance. But I don't know. Thon Maker, I've watched him quite a bit because the Celtics play the Bucks pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And he's a good player. He has you hate to use the P word, potential, but he does have that. But it's kind of unrealized at this point. He's a shot blocker. He's really big. He can shoot the 3, which is what you want in a modern center. But man, he doesn't have any post moves. He's very skinny. He can get bodied by... He's not playable against bigger centers. Like, he can't hold his own.
Yeah, but the Pistons do have a lot of size on their team. Like, Blake Griffin he's very versatile for them.
That is true. That they can kind of hide him in that instance.
Yeah.
Then
they still have Drummond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a lot of tall guys on on the Pistons.
Yeah, Pistons are going old school. See how that works for him.
Probably won't. You know, given today's day and age, but who knows? Who knows?
But then I think the really big story here is Milwaukee getting Nikola Mirotic, who is a sharpshooter of a big man.
That's sort of what they needed.
Oh yeah, because they got Brock Lopez, who's all of a sudden the greatest 3-point shooting center that the world has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And now they got Mirotic, and that's just going to give Giannis so much space to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, that team, I know it's not controversial to say this right now, but that team looks like the best team in the East. They have so much going on for them. They're blowing out teams, and they can put up points in a hurry.
Yeah. Greek Freak has really been doing a lot for him. That's why he's like one of the captains for the All-Star game this season.
I think there's no way he doesn't win MVP. I mean, I know James Harden has had this incredible stretch where he's basically carrying the Rockets to like winning games without Chris Paul and Capella.
He did it last year too.
Yeah. I mean, and he got the MVP for it, but I don't know. Giannis is just something else, man. He's so fun to watch, and clearly one of those guys you look to like dominate the league for a long time.
Exactly. But let's get on to our second trade.
Yeah. So that's a big one, and this is part of a bigger storyline too. I got Markelle Fultz to the Magic, and the Sixers getting Jonathan Simmons. They got a protected first-round pick from the Magic, but it's via the Thunder's pick, and then they get a 2019 second-round pick.
Magic obviously lost on this one.
I never want to say that now because you never know. What if Markelle Fultz turns out to be that player that everyone thought he was? Then I think Magic did win that trade, but man, that's a tough decision to make. Like, I understand the Magic, they don't got a lot going on in the guard position.
No.
But do you really want to I mean, the first round pick that they gave up, it's a Thunder's pick, so it's going to be a late first. So, I mean, you're not looking at anything like top 10 lottery kind of thing.
There's no tanking for Zion there.
Yeah. So that pick it is a first rounder, but it's not super valuable. I mean, Jonathan Simmons, no disrespect to him, but I mean, that's not a huge asset to give up. And then a second round pick. It is a lot. I really thought Markelle Fultz's trade value would be nearly nil at this point. I mean, the injury is so strange surrounding him.
It was the 76ers trying to hide that he can't shoot. Or that he's not doing as well as they thought they would. And then they didn't want to admit it. They just kept saying, trust the process, trust the process. Yeah. And then we never saw Fultz, really.
Yeah.
A few games, and that was it. Mainly because he's a bust. And he could be one of the biggest busts of all time. But who knows? Maybe he'll find it, nice and sunny down in Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you hope for the best for the kid. I mean, you never want to see a guy struggle like that coming into the league. But yeah, maybe new beginning, new chapter in Orlando for old Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, let's get to that third trade.
That's another big one. You got Marc Gasol going to the Raptors and the Grizzlies get Valanciunas, Wright, and Miles, and a 2024 second round pick. I don't even know if I'll be alive in 2024.
Yeah,
that's a long time away.
Yeah, do you think that's going to be before the time we go to war with North Korea?
I think the nuclear fallout will have long settled at that point.
Okay. All right, but I don't know. Maybe we may do a big land war, and we have to get drafted.
Well, you know what they say. Never start a land war in Asia.
Oh, what a great movie. I remember that quote.
Oh, yeah, you do like movies, don't you?
Oh, well, don't give away all my secrets. But I thought Jonas Valanciunas was like a key part of the Raptors. I remember watching him in the playoffs 2 years ago. He always got some, got some touches and stuff, got some points in the paint.
He is and he isn't, especially now with Lowry and Kawhi. He has all the skills. He has the skill set, but sometimes he'll just disappear in games, and I think that's why they were ready to move on from him, especially when you're getting a guy like Marc Gasol, who is older, but when they're in a win now mode, and Marc Gasol is a complete player, and I mean, it's just another player to add to their. It's like their all these Eastern Conference teams are just piling up assets.
Yeah. They're trying to do that because one day they know, one day we'll be able to compete with the Warriors.
Oh boy!
Yeah, we'll try and win a championship one day. But I guess what the Raptors are going for is that seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
In order to try and get them to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well Marc Gasol would match up against Giannis in the playoffs. assuming that the Raptors get there and don't choke.
Well, LeBron's gone, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, their kryptonite's gone.
Yeah.
So maybe they may win it. Who knows?
I think they have a chance. I mean, Kawhi is very talented, and I mean, especially now adding Gasol, they got a lot of talent on that roster. But I don't know. Bucks and Sixers are also getting ready to go to war.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting Eastern Conference playoff bracket. I mean, not the first round. I think the first round.
Oh God.
Like Charlotte and like the Heat or whatever are just gonna like be like the 7-8 seed, just get destroyed.
Hey, the 4-5 battle, 76ers Celtics.
So if that's what it is, that would be good. But I really think the Pacers are gonna end up dropping to the 4 or 5 seed. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe they'll keep winning. I don't want to count them out. That team.
Maybe they'll keep blowing people out by 42.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is incredibly surprising. That team would be. Oh. I wish Oladipo was healthy because that team, I love the way that team plays. Makes me jealous because Celtics don't play that way. They don't play consistent. They don't play with heart. At least not this season.
Wait, don't say all that yet. You don't know. We're not.
We don't know. You're right. I don't want to count them out yet.
All right, let's go to trade number 4.
All right, Harrison Barnes getting
the
traded
former Warrior
to the Kings for Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph doesn't even play anymore, as far as I know.
I don't think he plays.
He was part of the old grit and grind era Grizzlies, but I guess he's on the Mavericks. I didn't even know that, to be honest. But Harrison Barnes traded mid-game, but he elected to play. He knew it was going to happen, or he was fairly aware that there was a high chance he was going to get traded during the game, but he elected to play. And I mean, you got to respect that. It's a classy move by Harrison Barnes there.
Yeah. He didn't have a Wilmer Flores moment where he started crying when he thought I was.
That was so sad.
Oh, I know, but he manned up. Harrison Barnes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it sucks to get traded to city just all the way like halfway across the nation.
Yeah, hey, at least the Kings are a fairly good team now. Like they're not
playoff potential.
Oh yeah, I think they could sneak in there or get the 7-8 seed, especially with the Clippers sort of falling off. Well, I'm assuming they're going to fall off. I mean, they did beat the Celtics, but they'd lost their best player. I don't think they're going to be making a run in the playoffs.
So let's go to trade number 5 on your list. So we got the Bulls getting Otto Porter Jr. from the Wizards, and the Wizards getting Jabari Parker and Bobby Portis from the Bulls.
Yeah.
Why? What do you think led these teams to do a trade? Bulls are obviously not doing so hot this year, and probably will never do hot in a while.
Yeah. I think Wizards they're looking to blow it up. I mean, John Wall.
How can you blow up that contract though? It's already so blown up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad for the Wizards, as it tends to be for Washington sports teams.
Oh, every year.
Bad luck. I don't know. I think this is the beginning of the Wizards going into hard tank mode, and they're just going to be looking. I don't know. Maybe they move on from John Wall. Maybe they move on from Bradley Beal.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot, and they're not going to get very much in return.
Who do you think they're going to trade first? Are they going to get rid of John Wall, or are they going to get rid of Bradley Beal?
Beal is way easier to move. I mean, there's a ton of teams that would pay top dollar for a guy like Bradley Beal. I don't know. I think they might hold on to Wall, let him play. I mean, I don't know. You're kind of in a position where if you trade him now, you're going to get pennies on the dollar. If you don't trade him now, you're basically in the deep, like you have a max contract worth of money that's just dead money because John Wall he's going to college. He said he's going to get his degree. So that's good.
Wait, he didn't get a degree at University of Kentucky? Oh, because they just produce players. That's all they do.
They don't learn per se.
Student athlete in quotation marks. Am I right?
Student athlete, definitely more of an athlete than
he should have gone to UNC. Apparently, they don't even have real classes, and whatever classes they do attend, they just get their work done for them by us.
That's very nice. That's very kind of the UNC to do that. Just let them focus on the important things, basketball.
Yep, and they don't even get punished for it too when they get found out. That's amazing.
Wow. All right, we're gonna get to.
Well,
We're gonna get to that in a little bit.
We won't get to NCAA corruption
Yeah.
during this episode. That's a whole month's worth of
Oh
content.
yeah, we'll dedicate one episode, and I'll turn off my mic and I'll just let you go. I'll go like, I don't know.
I'll have a soliloquy prepared for that.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Because I've heard your rants. They're you can go on.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be like Hamlet and like doth quoth the raven.
That's
and then
that's not what
is
Hamlet said. That's Edgar Allan Poe. Hamlet did To Be or Not to Be. Also, by the way, this is now a classic literature podcast, Foulin Out.
Yes.
It doesn't really make any sense anymore.
Raymond, what kind of literature did you read today?
I read Go Dog Go by Dr. Seuss. Anyways, Trade 7. This is a huge one. This is...
What, you're skipping Trade 6?
No! Oh, God. Trade 6. Markieff Morris, another Wizards trade. And a 2023 second-round pick to the Pelicans for Wesley Johnson.
Was he the guy that got his ankles broken by Harden, and then Harden looked at him and drained a 3?
That is very possible. I think that might have been
him.
That was brutal. I do remember that highlight. I don't quite remember the defender, but that does sound familiar.
If that is true, nothing is going right for Wesley Johnson.
Oh, God. Now he's on the Wizards. A fate worse than death.
Yeah, I'd rather play on the Cavs, because at least they know they're getting Zion.
Yeah. What are the chances we get old Markieff over to Celtics?
Slim to none. Oh, but they could AD and Markieff Morris for 6 Celtics players.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I definitely want to look into the old how do the Celtics get AD, because there's a lot of options, but it's gonna be tough.
Definitely tough. That'll be a good topic for maybe like an NBA offseason or postseason thing.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to get into that as we approach the off season.
Exactly. Brainstorming. I love this.
We're doing it all in the multitasking. Very, very good.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So now we got this big trade. Big
number
trade. 7.
This is probably
Sixers.
the biggest trade on the last day, the trade deadline. Sixers, Tobias Harris, a Boban Marjanovic, and a Mike Scott. And Clippers got Wilson Chandler, Mike Muscala, Landry Shamet, 2020 first round pick and a second round pick and a 2021 first round pick.
2 second round picks.
And then 2 second round picks. Yeah, so that's a lot of that's a lot.
Yeah, I've heard Boban Marjanovic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's
pretty
good asset for the team.
He's 7'3".
Holy cow!
He's a tall boy. He can do the standing dunk.
Oh boy! And he's going to be coming off the bench though, I assume.
Oh yeah,
Joel Embiid's going to. Yeah. But that's a good guy to just have in there. And, just throw in when Embiid gets tired.
Yeah, that's an intimidating presence in the paint there.
Boban, what a name!
I think it's pronounced Boban.
Boban?
I think.
I'm going to call him Boban.
You can call him whatever you want. I don't actually know.
Like, he doesn't listen to this podcast,
Yeah. He can't get all the way up there. He's too tall.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But yeah, Tobias Harris, fantastic player. Exactly what the Sixers need to pair with Butler there in the forward position. And yeah, I mean, the Sixers are definitely a little thin off the bench, but man,
starting 5.
That starting 5 is scary.
Simmons, Embiid,
Redick,
yeah,
Butler, Harris. I mean, that's a starting 5 if ever there was one. And yeah,
they can make a deep run in that Eastern Conference playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a bloodbath at the top. I mean, Celtics didn't do anything, but that was to be expected because
they didn't get AD.
Yeah, they're looking to get AD once Kyrie signs a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know the rules, but basically at this point, you can't have 2 players that are on a Rose Rule contract, which is basically they made an All NBA team before they signed their first real contract. So we have to wait to get Kyrie on a new contract that's not a Rose Rule contract, and then we can bring in AD, who is still currently on a Rose Rule contract. It's very confusing, very much a lot of weird rules that no one ever talks about because they're usually not applicable.
Do you think the Lakers are still going to try and go for him?
I mean, they'd be dumb not to. If the rumors are true of what they were offering, they pretty much were willing to trade everyone except for LeBron.
Yeah.
And
Kuzma, Ball,
yeah,
Caldwell
picks.
Pope.
They threw
McGee.
They put together a great package for AD, and basically Dell said nope, we're not. They didn't want to trade him at the deadline because I guess the hope is Celtics and Lakers will keep going at it and bump that trade value up. But AD's already come out and said, hey, I don't want to play for the Celtics. I want to play for the Lakers. I don't know how much merit there is to that, even though he said it. I think a lot of...
Not trusting a man's own word.
No, here's the reason. He wanted to be traded before the trade deadline.
Yeah,
so if he said, I will only play for the Lakers, he figured that would make it a lot easier for him to get traded, because if there's only one option, Lakers and Pelicans could get into talks, and the Pelicans wouldn't have to worry about Celtics coming in there and be like, hey, do you want to come play with us?
That's smart, though. That means he's taken a few psychology classes and stuff and knows how to work the system.
I mean, what else do you think he did in college?
Play basketball.
Oh yeah, he didn't take any psychology classes. That was a lie.
Oh yeah, he went to the same school that all the other Kentucky players went to. Who was that Kentucky player that we were talking about?
Yeah, who were we talking about?
I forget.
Yeah, I do forget. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. We'll bring it up.
Oh, it's John Wall.
Oh yeah, John Wall. Yeah, the same school where
yeah.
UK and UNC are all the same.
Not Virginia Tech, though.
Not Virginia Tech.
Proud.
Yeah.
Proud to be honorable, but not win ever.
Yes, exactly. We have no national championships to our name.
Oh, well.
But hey, we'll get there one day.
One day.
But I think that's a good transition or a good segue.
Yeah,
nice
segue.
SAT word of the day.
Yeah.
Segue. It's a thing that you ride on.
That's not what it means in this. They're spelled differently, John.
Oh.
It's how do you spell? It doesn't matter. It really does not matter.
It's not like
let's talk about the third topic.
It's not like we're English majors here. So we're going to be talking about some NCAA basketball, specifically some ACC basketball that happened this weekend that we sort of alluded to last episode. If you guys were listening.
Yeah.
So first we're going to talk about some games that went down. Obviously the one that hit home for most of us. And unfortunately, the result doesn't please most of us. But nevertheless, we have to address this. The Virginia Tech Clemson game that happened.
Man.
This is sort of Virginia Tech's fall from grace.
Why can we not have nice things as Virginia Tech fans?
This was supposed to be the season that brought us to the promised land, like a Final Four.
Yeah. We had so much potential.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, 5-star recruit. Justin Robinson, the vet. Ahmed Hill, Ty Outlaw, both of them coming back as graduates. Chris Clark, Kerry Blackshear Jr.
4-star recruit, Landers Nolly.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that a little bit. So, obviously the first of the four that left our team was Chris Clark, who got suspended off the team for reasons unknown, although there are speculations out there. However, this is a professional show.
Yeah, we would not spread misinformation. We are not a slanderous or a podcast. Yeah. We are very we do our research.
Exactly, and we follow Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Do we?
This is a Christian. No cursing on my Christian Minecraft server.
Exactly. Yeah. So next episode we are going to be talking about how to use Redstone. But anyway, Chris Clark, one of our guys that was the heart and soul of our team, out for the year, suspended indefinitely. Then we got our 4-star recruit, 6'7" forward, Landers Nolly, coming in thought he'd be a nice backup for Blackshear whenever he gets tired. A valuable asset. Maybe we can go 3 guards and 2 forwards instead of playing 4 guards all the time, or 5 guards. But the NCAA had other plans.
Oh, they were like, "Oh, you thought Virginia Tech, you dumb idiot."
Yeah. And that's literally what they told Landers Nolly.
They said you were a dumb idiot. You could not do that good on the ACT.
So yeah, to tell our listeners who may not be informed of this issue, Landers Nolly apparently scored a 24 or a 25 on the ACT,
something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's respectable, but it's not like off the charts by any stretch of the imagination.
And apparently, that was way better than his high school GPA. That it warranted an investigation from the NCAA for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, like, does the NCAA not know that you can get lucky any given day? Do they not believe in miracles?
And do you believe in miracles?
Ooh.
I mean, there's also just some people that if he thinks he's going to be a college basketball player and potentially an NBA player, this guy probably doesn't care about school, but that doesn't mean he's dumb. He might just not care, and then when it comes time for the ACT, he just is naturally smart enough to do well on it.
Yeah, shouldn't they be encouraging the student part in the student athlete? NCAA, what the hell are you thinking? So anyway, that crippled us of a nice both Chris Clark and Landers Nolly, 2 forwards, so immediately we lose half of our size.
Yeah.
And then PJ Horn goes down, another forward, with
it's just Blackshear now.
An undisclosed, it's just Blackshear, and unless Ty Outlaw wants to play forward,
which he does sometimes. Yeah. Dude's small.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's not a forward.
And unfortunately, PJ Horn, I don't know if he's going to come back this year.
Yeah. I really wish there were some rules like there is in every professional sport where you have to disclose injuries, but there just isn't in college.
Yeah, but he keeps wearing street clothes to games, so I don't think he's going to be coming back this season, which is unfortunate. Yeah. And then the biggest loss, star player, leader of the offense, Justin Robinson, goes down the Miami game with a broken toe.
Unfortunate.
And that has really proven to be absolutely killer for us. We haven't been able to show that we can get more than 60 points or a relatively stable offensive production without him on the court.
The only way we can win is if we hold a team to 24 points.
Yep.
Anything else and we're donezo.
We have to have teams perform historically awful in order for us to win.
Mm-hmm.
But getting into this Clemson game, right off the bat, you sort of notice just how slim we are on offense. We played 7 guys, and Kabongo, our 7th guy, he only played 8 minutes.
Hey, but he got a 3.
He did get a 3, but if you look at Outlaw, Hill, Beatty, and Nikhil Alexander-Walker, all of them played 37-plus minutes.
That's got to be so tiring. Your legs are going to be gone by the end of the game. How are you going to be expected to shoot with any sort of range?
And I don't blame them. I blame it's just bad luck.
Yeah. Not much you can do. I mean, it's you just shake your head. It's unfortunate because now, it's just gonna be UVA, Duke, Louisville. Those teams are gonna be at the top of the ACC again.
Yeah. Give credit to Clemson. They did, shoot fairly well.
Yeah.
They got the win at home. They're riding a streak right now. But if Justin Robinson was in that game, we would have won, or Tech would have won that game.
Yep.
Hands down.
I
mean, yeah.
Same with the Louisville game.
Same thing with that one as well, because we would have had a better field general out there on the court,
mm-hmm.
Who has better vision, who can get the ball to a lot of players in tight spots that Beatty just isn't ready for yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikhil doesn't seem to want to take that position over either.
He's a scorer. He's not it doesn't seem like he's much of a distributor.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're a scorer though, you got to do better than 3 of 14 from the court.
Very poor.
1 of 5 from 3. I will give him props. He made 6 out of 7 of his free throws.
Finally.
I know, yeah. But if you're expected to go to the NBA, you should be doing better than that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Wooten top 20 player, you got to do better than that. You got to put your team on your back, get out there, score some points, and get that offense motivated and ready to go. Because I know one thing for sure. A lot of the Hokie faithful, whenever it's a tight game at home, we are chanting. We want this team to go and win, and and somebody on that team has just got to find a way to get some offense going. Whether it's Beatty, whether it's Nikhil Alexander Walker, whether it's just keep feeding Blackshear the ball, something's got to be done. But anyway, good game there. Hopefully we see a better performance for Tech. Their next game's this Wednesday at 8 o'clock against the Yellow Jackets at home.
Hopefully they can pull that one out. We got to win at some point.
Yeah, that one should be a win, but you never know the way that things are going this year for the Hokies.
Mm-hmm.
But now, the game of the weekend, though. Duke versus UVA. UVA, of course, got the first one at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was sort of a different story here. We saw a Duke team just shoot absolutely lights out.
Incredible.
Looking at their stats from the field, Duke shot 62% from three.
It's hard to win games when you let your team, the other team, shoot like that. And this is Virginia, a team that's known for their defensive prowess.
Yeah,
especially from the perimeter. They're usually fantastic.
They're great at running guys off the perimeter, but I mean, it's hard for UVA when they don't have a lot of that just raw talent. Duke, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, Zion Williamson, all three of them, plus Trey Jones on the team, it is hard to win against that. Yep. And when all of them can shoot the three,
what are you going to do?
It's tough. I mean, I think Tony Bennett came ready for this game, but obviously UVA, I think this is probably their worst defensive performance of the year.
For sure. I mean, their average on the season is between 40 and 50 points.
It's like mid-50s, somewhere around there.
Okay. It's gone up since ACC play started, I guess.
Yeah. It's sort of astonishing, especially to see Duke guys with just wide open in transition dunks that Zion had, some open looks from Barrett. Barrett looked good this game, 6 of 10 from 3, 8 of 15 from the field. Had some nice rebounds as well. Nice cohesion from that Duke team. Obviously, this is a team that can win it all.
I would in the come tournament. If the Blue Devils, I mean, obviously nothing's given in the tournament, but I think they're one of those teams that they got the talent, they got the coach. It's up to them to lose it.
Yeah, really. And they somehow always find a way to lose it, other than a few years where they do win it all. But unless there's a Mercer or a Lehigh that we got to worry about,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, but I think Duke has the best shot. How can you lose when you have that much talent on your team with a legendary coach?
Yeah.
But overall, Virginia had a decent game on offense. They just blew it on defense. And that's sort of the story of the game right there. And then finally, we'll go to our final game in ACC play that we are going to cover, which is the Louisville Florida State game. This game was sort of interesting.
Two teams on the up and up.
Yeah, Louisville's 6-1 in their past 7 games, coming off a nice win at Blacksburg against the Virginia Tech Hokies, and you got Florida State coming off a 5-game win streak into this game, bouncing back from early losses to Pittsburgh and Boston College. Florida State didn't look very good in the first half, but Terrence Mann and Cabangel, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but both of those players got Florida State back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They end up winning this in overtime.
OT thriller, baby.
Oh yeah. So good on them for finally getting back on the right track. And hopefully we can see this team push up in the rankings a little bit more and maybe get some higher seats according to Joe Lunardi.
Where are they ranked right now? Do you know?
Ranked or seeded?
Seeded.
I think Joe Lunardi, last time I checked, had him at a 6 or 7. I think they're definitely worthy now of a 5.
Yeah.
We'll also see Louisville go up to a 4, maybe Virginia Tech down to a 5 or 6.
Man, the ACC... They're gonna be running all. There's gonna be a lot of ACC teams in the bracket this year.
Yeah,
as there usually is. I mean, you usually got 8.
There's 8 projected, maybe 9 if Clemson, starts stringing together a few more games.
I mean, it's understandable. I mean, the ACC is the best competition in basketball, so.
Yeah, as of now, a lot of people say Big Ten, but I don't believe them. I mean, you don't play against Duke, UVA, UNC, Louisville, every other week. It's hard to compete against that every single week, day in, day out. But yeah, that's sort of our coverage of ACC basketball this week.
A lot of basketball today.
A lot of basketball. But I think that was some good talking that we had there.
Yeah, I love basketball. I don't know if you know this, but basketball is my favorite sport. I love to watch them dribble up and down the court.
Oh my!
Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not seen that movie.
Come on and slam. Yeah, welcome to the jam. I just did a dunk. I don't know. People can't see that.
They can't. I've seen Air Bud.
That's like pretty much Space Jam.
Okay.
It's very similar plot.
Does it have dogs in Space Jam?
No, they're actually not very similar, except for the fact that they both involve basketball.
Okay. I do consider myself a degenerate for not having seen Space Jam, though.
Come on and slam. Yeah, welcome to the jam.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But we got to ask our final question. Let's see. So, who fouled out? Who fouled out in the trade deadline this week?
So it's got to be specifically regarding the trade deadline?
Specifically regarding the NBA trade deadline.
I'm thinking, gotta go with the Pelicans.
Oh, you took my answer.
Oh.
Go on.
Look, I want to see AD in Celtic green so bad, but man, the Lakers gave him a great offer. I don't know if you can beat that. Yeah. And I feel like they're not going to get a better offer now from the Lakers. And I don't know if the Celtics are going to give them what they want without some sort of verbal commitment from AD. I mean, because you're not going to give up everything, all your young core, for a year rental if he says, oh, after this year I'm going to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you win a championship, you want sustained success.
There you go. Enunciate your words.
Yeah. It's really hard for me to talk.
It's okay. Why? Because your leg is almost broken?
Yeah, my leg is very broken, and it makes it hard for me to speak.
No.
It's very sad.
How'd you injure it? Were you going a bit too hard?
Volleyball, I can't help it. I bleed for my team, and I put it all on the line, and sometimes things happen, but I would do it all over again. I wouldn't. It's not worth it. But I wish I could walk
correctly. Walk correctly.
Yeah,
I mean, you can walk.
Limp.
You just
I limp around everywhere nowadays.
But yeah, I have to take your position on the who fouled out.
We're both going Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the
Pelicans,
you
messed up when we both go with the same answer for fouling out.
Yeah, because AD obviously doesn't want to play in New Orleans. He wants to get out. He wants to go be with LeBron and all that. You were going to get 4 players. 4, right? It was going to be, what? I think. Ball, Josh Hart, Kuzma, and was it going to be JaVale McGee as well?
I think McGee was part of it, yeah. And then picks.
How do you not take that? You're a team that needs to rebuild. I mean, it's obvious that you lost Boogie, and it's just AD there. I mean, you're not going to go anywhere with just AD and no guard play.
I mean, Drew Holiday is an all-star caliber player, but they're not a championship team by any stretch. And
I don't think they can go to the conference semis with that.
No, I mean, they did last year, but then they got swept.
Lucky. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean they swept the Blazers. They manhandled them, but I mean Rondo and Boogie left, so I don't know. What are you gonna do?
So I mean, your fan base came out booing AD the first touch, of the game. Although they did end up cheering him, after he made his shot.
He put up 32 points in 3 quarters. So
after he carried his team, on the back, they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll cheer for you now. Yeah. So good on you, Pelicans fans. I know New Orleans hasn't had a lot to cheer about in, past month or so.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Football, basketball.
Everything's corrupt.
Yeah.
We got to do an episode on
corruption. It's all going to hell. We'll have a corruption special where we just have different segments about how every sport is corrupted in one way or another.
We'll do a Foulin Out 30 for 30. Oh, wait, no, that stole that from ESPN.
Yeah,
40 for 40.
Yeah. 31 for 31. Do you one better?
Oh, yeah, we'll one up them. Yeah. That's a good idea for a segment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's who we got for Foulin Out this week. And so we would want you to listen in next week when we're going to be talking more about the NBA.
Yeah, we'll probably do more NBA. I mean, it's hard to tell. Probably more NCAA.
Nothing else seems to be going on right now.
Yeah, it's kind of we're a slower part of the sports season. But who knows what could happen next week?
Could be some huge news.
What, maybe Harper signs somewhere? Who knows?
Maybe baseball gets interesting.
Yeah, we'll talk. If it happens, we'll talk about it.
Maybe some AAF.
Oh,
Alliance of American Football.
We do gotta talk about that next week.
Oh yeah, we gotta come prepared with that, guys. I did see a highlight from one of them games when a quarterback just got
big sack,
savaged.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, he got his head ripped off. That's what I like to see. This is a league that doesn't care about CTE. They just want to see big hits.
Boom.
Big guys going at it.
Well, that's all coming next week. You got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. If I were a listener, I would definitely look forward to it.
If I were a listener, I would also listen to it.
But in other words, thank you all so much for listening. You are the guys that make this show possible.
Thank you
until we
for
get
listening.
a sponsorship.
And then it's them.
Yeah.
But also you.
Yeah. So
I'm just out here for the money.
All right. See you next week, guys. Have a good one.